I just like the song. But I also love Michelle Galvin from Acorn Wealth, who joins me with Weekend Wealth. Good afternoon to you, Michelle.
Good afternoon, Grubby.
Hey, Michelle, I was just thinking this time of the year, are people thinking about reinvest, or do you start in sort of again, or is it because they're all out shopping and doing stuff? And
Everyone's out shopping and spending their investments. No, they're not. They're not.
But are people thinking about that at this time of the year?
Yes, they are. I was just saying this to someone actually the other day. We've had a lot of new people come in and wanting to make appointments, but I guess it's more they're not getting their appointments till January because obviously we're booked out for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
And I think it's part of a strategy of
let's start the
New
year
Year's
off.
resolution.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
start
good.
the year off.
That's
I
a
want
good
to get
idea.
it right. And then we get the panic merchants who didn't do anything about their New Year's resolutions and want it fixed now.
They wanted to. Okay. Well, I don't run out of money.
I'm not a magician.
It's Christmas. That's right, yes. Finance, yes, but no magic wands. 133693, if you've got a finance question, give us a call. Michelle will give sort of general advice. We're not going to go right into the nitty-gritty, but general advice. But if it's a little bit too heavy-duty, suggest ring Acorn Wealth and find out exactly what they can do for you and make an appointment like people are lining up at the moment.
Yes.
And start the year off the proper way.
That's right.
Understand? And it'll be better. And it's also a good one. Oh, don't worry about Christmas. Let's just spend it now because we're getting it all sorted in January.
Yes, that's right. But, do a few quick wins. That's it.
I've got
Book your time.
I've got some emails for you.
Thank you.
They've been printed out for me.
Okay.
There's a question from Louise. She's 67 years of age. I do not receive the age pension and am living off my superannuation benefits of around $900,000. I'm single and own my own home and would like to know when I can access the age pension, as I would like to get the discounts on prescriptions and general bills.
Oh, right, Louise. Okay. So for a single person, the maximum you can have in, I guess, accessible assets is roughly $714,500.
So she's got a bit too much money.
She's got a bit too much. In saying that, the other things that do count, so you've said that the superannuation's $900, but we've also got to grab the car, the home contents, money in the bank, other little things,
So
things like that you may have. So you may actually have a lot more than 900. So we don't know your full situation. But assuming that you did have 900, there are many ways that you can get on the pension now, because there's a few strategies that you can do investment-wise that can bring you to that point of 714,000. You can always donate or gift 10,000 to a charity or to a child or whoever. You can buy what's called a funeral bond. So Centrelink will wipe off $15,750 straight away. So that's starting to get it down. And then there are the annuities that you can buy, be it super or non-super, and they are assessed at 60% of the asset total. So if you put 100,000 in there, Centrelink will only count that as 60,000. So you're pretty close, Louise. I would suggest that you seek some advice. Feel free to call me or email me and we can have a chat about that. But it really depends on if you've got any other assets, because if you've got an investment property or something like that, then that's a tough one because that's quite a lot of money sitting in an asset. Okay. It's not just about super.
So how much pension could Louise get?
Roughly $1,178 a fortnight. That is the full amount of pension. So if Louise had under $321,500, that's the full pension. And then it scales downwards depending on how many assets you've got, right up to that
depending on what else she's got. She might have an extraordinarily expensive classic car or holiday house, and we don't know any of those things.
No, we don't. But being 67, there is a lot of things you can do, to get yourself there in the future. And also, Louise, there is a low-income healthcare card that if you don't have one of those, if you're looking for pharmaceutical relief, potentially you'd be already qualify for that anyway.
Is that just an age thing, not a means test thing?
It's a low income. It is a means testing, but once you're 67, you get a senior's low income healthcare card.
And that's low income despite the fact she's got 900,000 invested.
Yeah.
Still,
so still can get the cheap medication.
That's good to know, isn't it?
And the limits are quite high, so it's pretty good.
That's great.
Yes.
Line 3 at the moment. Michelle Galvin is here from Acorn Wealth, 133693. But Another one here from Stuart. I rattled the page just to make it sincere. I'm on the question from Stuart. I am on the age pension and would like to sell some shares which will carry assessable capital gains of around $50,000. I'm on my own. I have no other income aside from dividends. Will this affect my pension payments?
Yes. Short answer is yes. Okay. So assessable gains. So I'm assuming that, was it Stuart that we were talking to here? Stuart,
yep.
I'm assuming that you have already worked out that you've taken a 50% discount on that gain. So your assessable income is $50,000. So in short, yes, you would lose the pension. Okay. A better strategy would be to do is to sell little bits of the shares over time in different financial years, because we're going on a financial year. If you sold with a 50,000 gain, you will be wiped off the pension, okay, because that is income that is accessible, and you will have to wait another financial year to get back on the pension.
Okay.
So not a good idea. And if you are going to do that, just do a little bit at a time. Maybe sell off 20,000 at a time, or sell off a stock that has a big loss so you can offset that gain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really good advice, as always, from Michelle Galvin. 133693. Some lines free at the moment. Hello, Stephen.
Hello, Michelle. I've got a question from my neighbour. He's a disability pensioner.
Yep.
He doesn't own a home. He's just renting, and he's got only money in the bank, no other assets or money. Okay, so he got Centrelink to do some sort of 2-year income declaration. He had to say what was in his bank account, and because it went up by approximately 80,000 in 2 years due to good bank interest and term deposit. He lost $50 off his pension. And when I checked online, I'm pretty sure that for a single person on a disability or age pension, he can have up to $470. That's a non-home owner, which he is, and yet they cut $50 off. Can you explain why?
Yeah, okay. So he can actually have $579,500 as a non-homeowner and being a single person. So he's actually got a higher limit. Okay.
Yeah.
So when we've got money in the bank, the money is deemed. But if he's only got $80,000 in the bank,
No, like he got an increase of 80. He's got 360 all up.
Okay, yes. So I can explain why his money has gone down. So when you've got money in the bank, Centrelink don't care what interest rate you're making. They deem the money, okay? So there is a deeming applied at, you're testing me now, but the first, there's a scaled tier, but pretty much they're at the maximum they would assess that income at 2.75%. Okay, you're testing my memory, but you can always give me a call back and I can give you the accurate numbers. But pretty much when they do that, he's going to lose, money as he's getting higher and higher in that deeming, if that makes sense. So how old is he?
He's 61.
He's 61. Okay. So there are things you can do aside from having money in the bank that would get out of that deeming, but he does need to seek financial advice.
Sure.
Okay, but deeming is, when you're carrying a lot of money in the bank, unfortunately, Centrelink will hit you with that deeming.
Okay.
Yeah, but from an asset side, he's entitled to the full pension, but they apply 2 tests. So one is the income test and one is the asset test, and the lower of the two is what you will get paid.
So if he did buy a house or was given a house through an inheritance, would that also decrease his disability pension? Or
if he went to live in the house, no.
Yep.
Okay, that would be his principal place of residence in his name. So that is fine. But if he's just going to keep that house in his name and continue to rent or what have you, then yes, he would lose the pension. So I've just able to look up those figures actually. So he can have at 64,200, it's deemed at 0.7%, and anything over that, it's 2.75%.
Oh, I see.
Okay, so that's where he's getting done. Yeah.
He thought he was being ripped off, but I said, I'm pretty sure they're not ripping you off. Yeah.
No, but he should do something a little different with his money so that he can get back onto that full pension.
Yeah, I'll tell him that. Thanks very much, Michelle.
My pleasure.
Good on you, Stephen. Thanks so much for your call. Hello, Deb.
Oh, hi. I spoke to a few at Centrelink and they said Hang on, sorry, I'll just take it off speakerphone.
Yeah, probably best. Just let you do that there, Deb. That's
Sorry.
okay. That's fine. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, I'm a bit emotional.
Oh, Deb.
That's okay, Deb.
Oh, Deb, just take your time. Just take your time.
All right, Mum had to go into aged care.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got she's got about 6K in the bank,
Mm-hmm.
and she's got a RAD still of about 282.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been a carer for her for about 9 years, 10 years, and she's going to lose her pension in March.
Okay.
And she put the title in both our names, and I just don't want to become homeless, and I'm scared.
Okay.
And
Deb, how about you give me a call separately off the radio, and we can have a longer chat about it. And because it is a bit complex to go into why that's happening.
I understand.
Yes. So
That's
if
all
you
right.
give me a call on 1300 455 170.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Can you just say that again?
Sure.
1300
Yeah.
455
455
455 170 170.
You give me a call.
170.
You give me a call on Monday, Deb, and we can have a chat, okay?
And what time after 9?
You just call me whenever is good for you. If I don't answer, I will call you back.
Michelle will sort you out, Deb.
Thank you so much.
My
Thank
absolute
you.
pleasure.
That's
Thanks,
that's
Deb.
what we're here for, and good luck to you and your mum, Deb. That's not an easy situation to be in at all.
No.
More
Very
calls?
common, though.
Yeah,
Very
absolutely. Weekend Wealth with Michelle Galvin from Acorn Wealth, 133693. Finance questions. We've got lines free at the moment if you want to get amongst it, giving wonderful free advice coming up to Christmas particularly. 133693 next here on The Weekend Break.
ANZ presents Birds of the World. Today we're with an intelligent avian, ANZ Falcon technology. The Falcon watches over its ANZ customer and learns from every transaction. Every flat white.
Coffee for Kate.
Every online shop.
Delivery for Kate.
Every holiday.
Mojito for Kate.
And should it detect fraud, its protective instincts kick in. ANZ Fraud Protection. Now it's personal. Falcon is a registered trademark of Fair Isaac Corporation.
Security and compliance done wrong is a giant headache. Security and compliance done right? That's Vanta. Vanta helps you earn trust and speed up growth. No spreadsheets required. For startups low on time and resources, Vanta becomes your first security hire, using AI and automation to get you compliant fast and unblock big deals. For enterprises, Vanta is your AI-powered hub for compliance and risk, bringing together data from across your business and automating workflows so you can prove trust at any moment. Vanta scales with you at every stage. That's why top companies, from startups like Cursor to enterprises like Snowflake, choose Vanta. Do security and compliance right. Get started today at vanta.com/stereo.
What are they doing in the Hyacinth House? What are they doing in the Hyacinth House?
Weekend Wealth with Michelle Galvin from Acorn Wealth, and your calls 133693. Diane has called in. Diane, good afternoon. Welcome.
Good afternoon, Grubby, and I've got a question for Michelle, please.
Please do. Go ahead.
I have an allocated pension. I'm on the pension.
Yep.
But the allocated pension was on the 6th of November, 37,174, which is approximately what I've got in the bank.
Yep.
But after this week, when I get my allocated pension, it will be around $35,000. So I've lost quite a bit over a short time.
Yep. Okay, Diane, with your allocated pension, how much are you taking out every month?
406.
Okay, so you're taking out the minimum, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so the markets have moved a little bit in November and the start of December as well. So that would have an effect on the balance of your allocated pensions. But I will say that an allocated pension is designed to run out, okay? That's what the government want you to do.
Yeah.
They make you take more and more and more until it runs out. But most of the time they don't run out. Because of the balance, and I don't know your full situation, so this is just general advice, because your allocated pension balance is quite small, you might actually be better off just cashing it out and putting it in the bank. You would save a lot in fees.
Thought that.
Yeah, just in a term deposit, get a little bit of interest. It's not going to go up and down with the markets. You won't have to worry about it. But you do need to seek advice, because if you've got other assets that may, cause that to be a problem, then, maybe that's not such a good thing. But you've got to remember, when things are invested as such, they are invested in the market generally. And they will go up and down. So the only way to avoid it is to have it in a more conservative investment, or because of the amount, potentially just cash it out and put it in the bank.
Okay. Now, I haven't got any other assets apart from 600 Telstra shares and about 800 AMP shares. And their AMP has dropped substantially.
Yes.
And Telstra's just hanging in there.
Yeah.
Telstra's always just hanging there.
Yeah. It just who's the allocated pension through, Diane? What fund?
BT Panorama.
Oh, okay. All right. That is very expensive because it is what's called a wrap platform. So potentially maybe give me a call as well on Monday and I'll chat to you about it and tell you what the fees are. And my gut tells me that you would be better off just having that in the bank.
Would you please give me your phone number?
Absolutely. It's 1300 455 170.
Thank you very much to both of you.
Pleasure,
Diane.
Diane. Thank you so much for your
Thank
call.
you.
Thank you. Jim, good afternoon to you.
Yes, good afternoon. How you going, Chubby?
Yeah, going along very well. Jim, have you got a question for Michelle?
Yeah, I do. I just got two.
Yeah.
And that's important to me. I really want to know the info. I live in my own place, but I'm also staying at Mum's. I look after her.
Okay.
And when Mum, God forbid, when Mum passes away, if she leaves the house on a will, do I have to pay tax to the government?
No. It's your mum's principal place of residence, so you will have 2 years to sort out your finances to either sell that home or do what you want with it. If you choose to rent out the house, then the house will be classed as an investment, and the cost base, per se, will be as at the date of her death, okay?
Okay, last question. Just a couple more and I'll leave you in peace. If Mum decides to give the house under my name while she's alive, and let's say 1 year goes by or 2 years go by, and my sister tries to claim the asset, does she still claim the asset if the house is under my name?
Well, no. Your mum has, while she is of sound mind, has made a decision to give you that house. You will have to pay stamp duty on that house, so it's probably not in your best interest to do that. She's better off amending her will or doing something like that or speaking to a lawyer. But, yeah, it's a really tough one. It's not something, if your mum is not of sound mind, then, yeah, your sister will have a case to claim.
All right. One more thing. I've also got a commercial property paid off. I've got a shop in 2 apartments, and I live in one of them. And because I've been staying there a real lot, and the bills have been cheap, the government's turned around and say I've got to pay 20 grand land tax.
Yep.
I'm fighting it with my accountant, and now I'm using the place more, and the bills have gone higher. Plus, I gave the gym a lot, and I've got that in writing as well. So because I'm a bachelor, I'm not married. I haven't even got a girlfriend.
Jim, we're having a lot of trouble with your line, mate. Is there any chance you can pick up the phone?
Yeah, Jim, I think I know what you're saying, but I'm going to have a guess because your line broke. Pretty much you can only have one principal place of residence. Even though you own and you go and visit, it's like holiday houses. You will still be slugged for land tax, regardless of if you spend half the time there or 1 day there or 7 days there. You can only have one principal place of residence. I hope that's what you were getting at, but your line is really crackly.
Is it really bad?
No, you're fading, Jim. Thanks so much for your call. Maybe give us a ring back next week and pick up a phone. But that'd be really good if you did. And good luck with everything. Annette, good afternoon to you.
Oh, hi, Michelle. Hi, Grubby.
Hi, Annette.
I've got a question regarding an investment property that I have in Queensland that I rent to my son. I've had it for 15 years. Now, I've just retired recently, and I just want to get rid of anything that's around my neck. You know, I don't want to have this investment property anymore. So I want to know what would be the best way for me to be able to put it into my son's name.
Okay. One, when you go to put it in your son's name, you'll have to pay capital gains tax, okay, because you did only buy it. Yeah, you only bought it 15 years ago. So whatever you paid for it, as opposed to what it is now, you can't give it to your son with a value of $1, let's say. Okay, it has to be market value. The other thing is that your son will then have to pay stamp duty. So it's a lot of things to do, a lot of money that transacts. That is really what I would call dead money.
One other question regarding the stamp duty. If he managed to get a loan, which I don't think he would be able to, I've just got a funny feeling that, I'm not sure, but in Queensland that first home buyers don't pay stamp duty. Is that right?
Okay, I'm not familiar with the Queensland law, but if this was here, you could go right up to $1 million as a first home buyer and not pay stamp duty. I would say that there would be a similar arrangement. They're not too different. So over there,
but he would have to actually get a loan. I couldn't just sort of put it into his name.
He does not have to get a loan. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's the law in Victoria. I don't know about the law in Brisbane. You'd have to have a look at that, or Queensland. But no, you don't need to get a loan.
How do you get the market value? Like, how do I, do I just go to a real estate agent?
No, you'll have to go to a formal valuer. Okay, so they cost they cost about, I want to say, between $400 and $600 because they do a formal valuation. And they would say exactly what that place is worth, and you would get a letter, and then that goes to the State Revenue Office, and then they base the stamp duty off that formal valuation.
And does that also apply to the capital gains tax?
Yes, it does. Yes.
Yep. Okay, well, it's turned out not to be such a great thing trying to help him out.
No, I mean, potentially he'd be better, by the time you pay all the capital gains and the stamp duty, he'd be better off, you give him all that money, sell the place, give him some money and let him go and buy another place. Be a lot better.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, well, that might be a good thing to think about. Thanks very much, Michelle.
My pleasure, Annette.
Thanks, Annette. And sorry for all the calls couldn't get to. Everyone just flooded in, as they do. 1300 455 170 to get in touch with Michelle, or go to admin@acornwealth.com.au. Interesting text just earned you one. And this is regarding an earlier caller. Sorry, if you've got 900K plus your own home and single, is a pension really important?
Yeah, it is.
Yes,
There's lots of discounts.
Take as much as you can, for goodness sake.
You've paid your taxes.
Absolutely. Also go to admin@acornwealth.com.au. You can email them at any time, and Michelle's there for you.
I am.
Thanks for being there for us today.
My pleasure.
Great, as always.
Back to some Christmas shopping for me.
Yeah, back to that for you. And you're back in next week.
I am, and then I'm having a little break.
Yep.
So I'm going to go and watch the Sydney to Hobart, arrive in Hobart.
There's some fun.
That is some fun.
Coming up, Laura V joins me next here on the Weekend Break.